What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2024 Audi S4. This one's a Premium Plus, finished off in Daytona Gray. MSRP is about $65,500. Big shout out to Hendrick Audi Northlake for providing this new S4 for today's video. Take a look at their website, links down below. Underneath the hood of the 2024 Audi S4, you're going to find a 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder engine. This turbo V6 pumps out 349 horsepower with 369 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sends power to all 4 wheels through the Quattro all-wheel drive system. 0 to 60 can happen in 4.4 seconds. It also runs on a 15.3-gallon fuel tank. You're going to also expect 21 miles per gallon in the city with 29 out on the highway. The Audi S4 also runs on a 15.3-gallon fuel tank. You can expect 21 miles per gallon in the city with 29 out on the highway, and overall curb weight is about 3,800 pounds. Overall length is 187.5 inches with wheelbase at 111. Width is 72.7 and height is 56.2 inches. The S4 also features 6-piston brake calipers up front with a 13.8-inch ventilated rotor. Moving on to the styling with the 2024 Audi S4, this is a really sharp-looking luxury sedan with that sporty touch. Nice set of LED headlights with a black design. I like the DRLs up on top. Got your S4 badge all blacked out, same with the Audi logo. Got a nice front grille with a cool design for the mesh. There's a forward-facing camera. You can also see more openings down below to provide maximum cooling to the intercooler as well as the radiators. You got some sharp lines on the far side, one of the safety sensors and parking sensors, and a really nice trim piece as well. Overall, the S4 is a pretty luxurious looking car with that sporty flair. And then the hood has some really nice sharp lines fading towards the windshield to add to the classy style. Got a nice set of 2-tone wheels with a satin gray machined silver. I like the contrast with these red brake calipers, 19 inches in diameter, multi-spoke design. Then you have nice sharp lines all throughout the front fender, leading towards the door panels with sharp lines right through the door handles. Got a little bit of contours in the lower portion of the door, black on the mirror cap with an integrated turn signal, body colored door handles, and I like how this line is really sharp above the rear fender arch. You can also see all the gloss black trim surrounding the windows, sunroof up on top with a shark fin antenna, and the overall side profile super proportional. It's a good sized sedan, not too big, not too small, really proportional. Has a clean design to it, I would say, nothing too outlandish, definitely nicely proportioned. You have a small gloss black lip spoiler with blacked out badges, a nice black trim piece connecting the LED taillights. Get a little bit of chrome trim throughout the taillight. And then down below we have black exhaust tips, black rear diffuser, all of your parking sensors, and a few sharp body lines. It's a pretty conservative car overall, however it comes together very well. Moving to the key fob, you get your lock and unlock button, trunk release as well. If I go ahead and keep the car locked, you can just grab the door handle, it'll automatically unlock, and we can take a look at this interior. This one gets a Nappa leather interior with contrast red stitching, really nice looking door panel. You got some soft touch plastic up on top, but then you have black alcantara throughout the center, nice vinyl material for the armrests with your contrast stitching, all of your controls for window and mirrors, gloss carbon fiber accents as well. Nice size release handle, memory seating, Bang & Olufsen audio system with some storage. You have your S4 logo down on the door sill, and then all of your power controls on the seat. You have all sorts of different controls for lumbar, things like that, and then the beautiful Nappa leather. We do have a leg extension, and I love the diamond pattern for that quilted leather. Looks absolutely fantastic. Making our way up these single piece backs. I love all the stitching. You can see the S logo embossed right into the leather. And then we get a perforated leather wrapped steering wheel with more red stitching and a 3-spoke design. And then now inside the 2024 Audi S4, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, we have a full digital display. You can see your tach over on the left side with fuel. We also have your speed on the right side, some information in the center as well. You can use this control panel to adjust the view for this virtual cockpit. You can also go left and right for all the upper screens. You can go into phone integration. We can scroll up and down and see some trip info all within the car. And then we also have a pages icon where you're able to adjust a few different things. Now if we toggle our drive select, which is down here, you can toggle this up and down. We have all of your different drive modes. Everything will adjust the way the car is driving. And then you can also see we have the Audi badge in the center, heated steering wheel control, a few more Bluetooth and audio controls, steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, stalk on the right side for windshield wiper, turn signal on the left with cruise control down below all that. On the left side, we have headlight controls, more carbon fiber. Really nice design for this dashboard. 2024, you're still going to get the tablet-style infotainment screen stuck on there. But then over on the right side, we have a really cool design for all the air vents, just kind of seamlessly going across the dash with more of this glossy carbon fiber. Now, the actual screen is basically what you're going to notice for all the modern Audis. So under vehicle, you can adjust a few things. We can see our drive select that we were just in. Individual mode, you're able to adjust some of the few different aspects within the car, which is a really cool touch to see. You can also see more settings, air conditioning settings, things like that. Then you can continue over. We have our home screen as well. And then if we go under settings right now, go to display and brightness. For the virtual cockpit, you're able to configure this, which is really nice. So if we go to the sport design, this is a much more traditional layout. As you can tell, you can zoom in and out basically, still scroll through the same things all throughout the center. The S performance you're able to configure. You can also tie this to the actual drive modes. So pretty nice to see type of configuration throughout this car. So pretty cool to see how everything is laid out. If we go into MMI, you can also adjust some of the screen settings. Then we have shortcuts on this left side, navigation if you haven't installed, phone, audio, things like that. Now if we go ahead, put this vehicle into reverse, get a good sized backup camera with your top-down view. You can configure this, see all sorts of different views. So really nice to have all these cameras all within this car. Then we just tap the P button, we're back into park. Underneath all that, you're gonna see climate controls. Now once you just touch anything, you can see how it changes on the screen. So pretty cool to see that touch sensitive design. We have temperature on the left side as well, heated seats. And of course you can change your zones by just toggling anything, same with your fan speed, things like that. And then down below, you're gonna see that drive select, engine start stop, a few more shortcuts. And then we have just a little bit of storage and a 12-volt piano black surrounding the storage as well as the cup holders. Nice drive select, park and brake, more carbon and storage, and your volume icon. Really cool design coming down with more red stitching. We have our armrest that you can open up with wireless phone charging and more storage space. And you can even slide this forwards and lock it into different positions. Over on the right side, we have a pretty good sized glove box. One last look at the interior. This is a pretty updated Audi. However, of course, that screen is a little old school compared to the newer Audis. However, overall, this is a really nice interior. Beautiful use of materials and fit and finish. Get a black headliner with a manual sunshade. All those controls with your dome lights. Then you have a nice frameless mirror. Now, there's no garage door buttons on this particular one. Nothing under here as well. So that might be an option. I know some of you have asked in previous videos. Moving on to the rear seat space, opening up the door, you're gonna see the same door panel back here with the leather material, alcantara and carbon fiber. And then the back seats have the same Nappa leather, which is beautiful to touch, beautiful to look at. In the center, if we pull this down, you're gonna see a good amount of storage with your armrest. We also have cup holders that will open up. And then if we take a look in front, you have climate vents, a few different controls, USB ports and a 12-volt, and then storage on the back side of these seats. You can grab the handle back here as well. You're gonna fold down these seats nice and flat, giving you a ton of cargo into the trunk. All right, so hopping into the back seat now with the S4. So I own an RS3 and an S3, and this is definitely the next step up. This is in line with the size of like a BMW M340. At 5'11", I got about 2 inches of headroom, inch or so of knee room and foot room with my driver's seat at my height. You still have all the amenities you're gonna want, good armrest, good room. The seats are pretty comfortable as well. I wouldn't mind the base sitting a little lower towards the back. However, you have a pretty good recline. So for a mid-size sedan that has some fun sporty characteristics, it seems pretty useful for grown-ups to sit in the back. And then moving on to the trunk space, there's a button underneath the Audi logo. We can manually pop that open, and you have a pretty squared off interior space. A lot of room in here, certainly makes this a very practical sedan. Of course, when the seats are folded down, you have even more storage space. So for a nice mid-size sedan, you can fit people in the back comfortably and still use it nicely for storage. And then easily we can close it up. All right, setting off now. In dynamic mode, this thing is pretty sweet. Definitely sounds pretty good. There's a little bit of gurgles when you do the exhaust downshifts and stuff like that. Steering is not bad at all. It's kind of relaxed feeling. In dynamic mode, it is a lot tighter and heavier than the normal comfort mode. But this is a nice car. In dynamic mode also, it's not backbreaking. This is certainly no RS4, which doesn't exist anymore, but it's not an RS car. You can definitely tell how it's still toned down. Gosh, that sounds cool though. Lightning quick shifts. This car is pretty darn quick, especially for being a four-door sedan. It has some serious acceleration. It honestly does feel quicker than the M340i, which is a direct competitor and even has 40 more horsepower. So this car being down on some horsepower, comparing it to the competition, it delivers power so seamless. Paddle shifters are responsive. It's a nice place to be. Now if I toggle the car down, just go into comfort automatic mode, it's a really relaxing place to be. Audis are just really nice cars. The use of materials is fantastic. The beautiful leather on the steering wheel. The seats are gorgeous with the stitching in Nappa leather, and they fit so well. There's so many different adjustments. I mean, this is just a really good place. We have the massage settings you're able to mess with as well. I mean, you just can't complain. This is very luxurious. A step up from an M340, which is going to be a direct competitor. This just feels so premium on the interior. Visibility is all good. Mirrors and windows do a great job. Over your left and right shoulder, as expected. I mean, it's just an easy, really nice car to drive. I like the screens as well. It's not too distracting. You can, of course, configure it like I showed. Can't really adjust it while driving, but it is nice just how nice the screen look. Everything's easy too. I like these big tiles, so it's just easier to toggle. And then going back into dynamic mode, manual mode, the car really does wake up. It's pretty fun. I don't think this has rear wheel steering, but it feels like it does. Man, just babying this car, not even redlining or full throttling. This thing is so quick. Man, this is a really nice place to be. This is, if you're looking for a Grand Tour, like luxury sedan without being the biggest thing, and honestly without being the most expensive thing, this just gives you such a well-rounded package. So much power. Man, this car's fun. It's fun, and yet it's also comfortable and refined, and the materials you touch are upscale. Steers really well too for its size and weight, which it's not the biggest, not the heaviest. It's just a great car to be in, honestly. I don't know, I don't think I have any complaints. The tablet is the only complaint, I guess. The other new Audis have this much more integrated. I thought 2024 they were going to update this, but it is still this. So maybe 2025, maybe we'll see that on the S4. But overall, this is certainly a luxury sedan you got to put on your list if you're wanting some performance, some fun, and just some high-end refinements and all the tech you really could need. I don't think you can complain. This is a really cool car. So, honest thoughts. I like how smooth and seamless this car drives. It's not hardcore. I mean, in dynamic mode, I am perfectly fine daily driving this. It's not a hardcore car at all. And yet, it just gives you really smooth power delivery, really nice handling, just taking these turns. It's really smooth. Everything about it is just a nice car to be in. I just filmed a BMW M340i, and I compared it to my own 2024 Audi RS3 because they're the same price. This is also that same price, $65,000. Obviously, if you can buy this, you can buy a new RS3 as well. This is bigger and more refined. Hold on. This is bigger, more refined, more luxurious. Certainly not that exciting raw mechanical performance car, but I think comparing this even to the M340, this is a nicer car. It's better use of materials. I feel like the power's smoother. It might not be as fast, but it feels quicker, just how it feels. So I feel like this is kind of an under-the-radar car. The M340 seems to be the pinnacle in $65,000 German sports sedans that aren't, you know, the M3s, the crazy cars, which are obviously nearly $100,000. So the S4, I think, is kind of slept on. People aren't thinking about this as a flagship, and I don't know, I feel like the refinement levels you get in this for the price are actually really good. The fact that you're seeing the genuine leather on this Premium Plus trim, and just the way everything is put together and the way it feels, this is just really, really nice. I sound like an Audi fanboy at this point, but there's something about this that has that. Now the steering, a lot of people have asked on some Audi videos recently, the steering isn't as heavy as the BMWs. I do like that. The RS3, I'm still getting used to how the steering feels in it in dynamic mode. It's like speed sensing, it's an adjustable steering to where it varies. I'm not the biggest fan. So this one, it feels like what I would expect in a car like this. However, the BMW, it does feel heavier. It feels a little bit more mechanical, less electronic. So in this car, you're not really going to get the heaviest steering feel or the most steering input. Doesn't mean it doesn't handle well. This handles the turns really well. It takes turns nicely, and you end up getting used to how it feels. Just the ratio is a little weird. It's a variable ratio, so it changes as you drive. So that could be the only complaint I would say. If you're looking for a very driver-focused car, the BMW might feel a little better in terms of steering just because it's got a heavier wheel. This one just takes a little bit getting used to. Not to say it's not good, it still feels decently heavy. Obviously when I go into comfort mode, it really relaxes and is super, super numb feeling, which is what you would want in the comfort mode setting. But overall, I don't think you can really complain much. If you're looking for this type of car, but you want the extra refinements, I think this interior is definitely nicer than the BMW. I mean, it just feels really premium. Everything in here is nice, aside from a little bit of plastic material, rubber material on the dashboard, which, wouldn't mind that being leather as well. But fundamentally, what you touch, what you look at, all the surfaces, you feel like you're in something that's a $100,000 car. And it still has the fun factor. Again, this isn't hardcore like the RS3 is. But it is fun. It puts a smile on your face. Acceleration's fun. It's just a really good all-around family sedan, I would say. You can kind of do it all, no real sacrifice. You just get a nice car at the end of the day. Good blend of performance, tech, and style. So that is it for the 2024 Audi S4. Pretty cool color combination. Audi S4, pretty cool car overall. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content. Big shout out and thank you to Hendrick Audi Northlake for providing this car for today's video. Take a look at our website linked down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.